Hello, my name is music teacher Kate. In this video, we'll be talking about yet another kind of rhythmic subdivision called the triplet. Learn this word, tuplet, a rhythm that equally subdivides the beat. Whether we knew it at the time or not, in Lesson 7, we were studying tuplets. We learned to equally subdivide the quarter note in 2 using 8th notes and in 4 using 16th notes. And then the number 3 said, hey, what about me? This is the quarter note. This is the beat we are going to equally subdivide using different groups of tuplets. Here we see an 8th note pair. This 8th note pair equally subdivides the quarter note by 2. So we call it a duplet. 1, 1 and. Take note, this is an 8th note triplet. The 8th note triplet subdivides the quarter note beat equally into 3 parts, so we call it a triplet. 1, 1 triplet. Here we see a group of 16th notes. This group of 16th notes subdivides the beat of the quarter note equally into 4 parts. So we call it a quadruplet. 1, 1 E and a. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4. 1 and 2, 3 triplet, 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3 triplet, 4. Counting along with 6/8 time is a really great exercise for 8th note triplets because just counting in that time signature gives us the 8th note triplet feel over and over again. There are 6 8th notes to every measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sounds a lot like triplet, 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 triplet. Going strong with the 8th note triplet. But as forementioned, there are other kinds of triplets. Let's look at the logic of how triplets work so that we know how to count them when we come across them in our music, shall we? This 8th note triplet is called an 8th note triplet because it's written using 8th notes. This 8th note pair is called an 8th note pair because it is written using 8th notes. We know that this 8th note triplet is worth the same amount of time as 1 quarter note. We know that this 8th note pair is worth the same amount of time as this quarter note. So we know that this 8th note triplet is worth the same amount of time as this 8th note pair. When we look at these subdivisions that are written using 8th notes, we see that a triplet causes the super cool rhythmic phenomenon of fitting 3 to 2. So the ratio for a triplet is 3 to 2 of the note it's written with. Here we see a quarter note triplet. We know these 3 quarter notes are a triplet because of this bracket and the number 3. The quarter note triplet is called a quarter note triplet because it is written using quarter notes. The quarter note triplet, because it is a triplet, will reflect that same 3 to 2 ratio. So we know that we can fit 3 quarter note triplets to 2 standard quarter notes. Now for some fun. In the first measure, we see 8th note triplets. In the second measure, we see quarter note triplets. At the end, we see a repeat sign. We know that this is a repeat sign because it has 2 dots. This sends us back to the beginning and we go through it again. Now, I happen to draw an infinity symbol here. We're going to do this a whole bunch of times. Triplet, 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 triplet. So anyway, that's how it works. Why read 'em and weep when you can read 'em and count?